Hey, what's up there, fellow nerds? This is C. Monty checking in for Nerd Era. It's been a while since I've done a video for you guys, as you can see by the glorious, magnificent beard I've grown out and since the last time that you saw my face. I'm here to talk to you tonight or today or whenever you see this. You guys have probably heard the news by now that Sony and Marvel have officially worked out a deal to bring Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So essentially, we've heard the rumors for a while. There was all the talks after the Sony email hacks that emails got leaked and people were saying that they were in negotiations and they were close to coming to terms on a deal, and everybody was getting excited, but it was still all rumors and conjecture. Well, as of tonight, when I filmed this video, February 9th, 2015, they've officially announced that they have come to terms on a deal where Marvel and Sony are going to be working together on bringing Spider-Man into the fold in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So essentially, the way it's working right now is that Spider-Man will feature in one of the Marvel movies, probably Civil War, more likely Civil War within the next year or so. And then the next Spider-Man feature-length standalone is going to be released by Sony in 2017, in June of 2017. So Kevin Feige will be one of the co-producers, which means that someone from Marvel Studio representation will have a certain level of creative say in the direction that Sony takes the Spider-Man franchise from here on out. So, like when they're working on their standalone Spider-Man movie, Kevin Feige will be able to come in and say, well, this is what we're going to be doing in our cinematic universe, and this is what, so if we feature Spider-Man in one of our movies, he's going to have to come to terms with these events. So, those events will probably be leaked in to the Spider-Man franchise over at Sony. So that means that Sony is going to have to take into account what Marvel is doing at their cinematic universe as they go forward with their Spider-Man franchise. So, it kind of means that Marvel will have a little bit of a say in the direction that Sony takes the Spider-Man franchise from here on out. So it's a little bit of a good news for us Marvel fans, because they've been doing so well with their own cinematic universe, and so now they're going to be, kind of moving those ideas into the Spider-Man franchise. So for those of you who have been complaining about the last few Spider-Man movies, there's hope. We will be seeing a more Marvelized or marvelous Spider-Man franchise going forward with Sony. So yeah, at this point, there's going to be a lot of speculation because they're probably going to be rebooting the entire franchise, which means we'll either be getting a new Peter Parker. Personally, I thought Logan Lerman should have been brought in for The Amazing Spider-Man, and if they're going to be rebooting the franchise, I think they should reconsider him for Peter Parker, if that's the direction they go. Or they might, go Ultimate. A lot of the cinematic universe over at Marvel right now has been based off what's going on in the Ultimate Marvel universe. So they might go Ultimate and make Spider-Man Miles Morales, which in that case, obvious choice, Donald Glover. Those are my personal preferences, but it's going to be a lot of speculation and conjecture at this point going forward into what they're going to be doing with the franchise. But, Spider-Man is going to be featured in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We'll get to see him probably in Captain America Civil War. We'll get to see him in some Avengers movies going forward. He'll probably be featured in Infinity Wars. Just one last little thing I want to say, throw this out there to cap this up. For those of you who are thinking, Sony and Marvel came to terms and you have a deal and Spider-Man's going to be coming back into the Marvel fold, maybe there's hope for us with the X-Men and Fantastic Four. I just want to say no. There's too much bad blood between Fox and Marvel. At this point, Marvel is canceling the entire Fantastic Four comic book just to spite Fox. You know, there's a lot of bad blood between Marvel and Fox, and even if Fox sees Marvel and Sony just making a buttload of money together with this whole Spider-Man Marvel crossover thing, even if Fox sees all that money and thinks, you know, maybe we can make more money if we make a deal with Marvel, I just think there's just too much bad blood between the studios at this point for that to actually happen. I could be wrong, you know. Who knows what the future holds? Money solves a lot of problems, and you know, money makes strange bedfellows. So the right amount of money starts coming into play, Fox and Marvel very well could put their differences aside and bring the X-Men and Fantastic Four into the fold. The only thing with that is that, again, you kind of have to reboot both of those franchises all over to make them fit into terms with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, you'd have to get another Fantastic Four reboot, and you'd have to reboot the entire X-Men franchise that they've had so far. So that makes things a little bit more complicated. So I really, I hate to piss all over your parade, guys, but I really don't think that this Marvel-Sony deal kind of hints at a potential deal between Fox and Marvel in the future. So, you know, that's the news for right now. We're going to be getting Spider-Man into our Marvel movies. Oh, one last thing. I forgot to mention earlier that, you know, Spider-Man's going to be crossing over into the Marvel Universe. They're talking about possible options of also, you know, bringing some of the Marvel characters like Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, you know, all those guys, bringing them over into possible future Spider-Man movies. You know, like, so when Sony does their standalone Spider-Man movies, you know, Tony Stark might show up in one of those. You know, Thor might come in, and you might have a Spider-Man versus the Hulk kind of thing going on. So we'll see how this goes in the future, but that's the big news. You know, I know a lot of us have been waiting for this since the rumors about them negotiating the terms have come out. So, exciting stuff, you know. Spider-Man is going to be featured in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes! This is C. Monty reported in for Nerd Era, where nerd culture reigns supreme. Hit the subscribe button below. You know, make sure you go to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/nerdera, and like us over on that. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, get the word out there. And C. Monty, signing out.